So, the Gospel of Luke is actually the only one of the four Gospels that gives us this in depth look at Jesus as a 12-year-old. And it's kind of neat because Luke probably got this story straight from Mary herself when he was putting together his Gospel. So, in that time, a lot of people would celebrate the Passover holiday in Jerusalem. Joseph and Mary did this every year. They would take Jesus and the rest of their children up to Jerusalem for Passover. Now, after the festival, they head back home with their group, and it's totally normal in that culture for a 12-year-old boy to have a lot of freedom. They don't think twice about not seeing Jesus every minute. But then they get a day out and realize he's not there. So they rush back to Jerusalem and they spend 3 whole days searching for him. It's probably worth noting that they spent a day on the road home to Nazareth, then a day covering that same ground to return to Jerusalem, and then 3 more looking for him. By this time, Jesus has been missing for 5 days, and when they finally find him, he's in the temple, just calmly sitting there with the teachers. And he's not just asking questions, he's answering them too, like he's completely at home in these deep spiritual discussions. Of course, Mary and Joseph are relieved, but probably a bit frustrated, and they're like, "Why did you do this to us?" And Jesus just gently says, "Didn't you know I'd be in my Father's house?" Of course, they both knew who and what Jesus was, and that God would watch over him. But even at this young age, it was like he was testing their faith in the things God had revealed to them 12 years earlier. As a parent, I can totally appreciate the joy they must have felt, coupled with the frustration and worry they had to also be feeling. Luke records Mary's thoughts in this and describes how she remembered these kinds of things and treasured them in her heart. I get that too. As a dad, I look back on similar types of situations, and even the stressful ones become something you hold dear because it's all part of the journey that God's entrusted you with.